Every year in the NFL, it's a new team. As far as goals go, we have one. Putting a fucking ring on our finger.
Welcome to the Buccaneers Observer Podcast. This is Ralph Phillips.
I'm Molly Bay.
Today is September 29th, 2019. We just beat the NFC reigning champions.
In their stadium.
Beat the mess out of them. And hey, I want to congratulate the Buccaneer fans that were at the LA stadium. Good job.
There was a lot of red in that stadium. In fact, Levante David, his interception, he ran it back. He ran to the fans and gave it to some Bucs fans right there.
That was so nice. And the guy was wearing a Levante David jersey.
Yeah,
the guy he gave it to.
Yeah.
There was like 6 of them there, and he ran up to the one with his jersey on. So, hey, you want a game ball? Go to a game, wear a jersey.
The Buckaholics, they had a takeover of LA, and there were some pictures on Twitter of all the Bucs fans having their tailgate. It was really cool. There were
nice.
A lot of people there.
Didn't Warren Sapp show up?
Yeah, Warren Sapp showed up. That's crazy.
We went into LA and kicked their butts.
We broke records against somebody.
We beat the crap out of them.
What was the score? 55-40. Bucs' highest score they've ever scored is 48. So we shattered that record with Ndamukong Suh's fumble recovery for a touchdown.
Fumble recovery for a touchdown in an important time in an important game. Wow. It's nice to have players like that on the team. Gotta love it. Carl Nassib.
It's been a long time.
Everybody was just showing up. It was a great game, man. We are contenders. We are contenders. We've got New Orleans playing tonight. Don't know how that's turned out yet because we're doing this podcast instantly after the game, almost. But we play them next. So this game tonight against Dallas means a lot. If they win, they've got the division. We've got to beat them next week to get it from them. If they lose tonight, they've got to beat us next week to get it from us. So in your face, everybody, we are contenders. We the champs. We taking this to the ballpark, knocking it out. There was some bad things about this game, but here's the rank that I would go in. 1, the refs.
They were awful.
Horrible.
Awful. In both directions.
There was 25 total penalties accepted.
Accepted, right. Not called. So we had 12 penalties for 99 yards, and the Rams had 13 penalties for 106 yards. So we're basically neck and neck. But
it was horrible. They were just calling stupid crap, missing stuff,
not calling other stuff.
It was insane. We got to do something about these refs. They have way too much control. The New York calling in and saying, "Oh, we're going to review for pass interference." I was like, "Whoa, that's happening now?" Okay. There was intentional grounding in the second quarter that Goff did. That was the exact same thing that Winston did a few games ago, where he threw it out of bounds. They called him for intentional grounding. Goff did the exact same thing in this game at 3:02 in the second quarter and didn't get called. But worse than that, Carl Nassib got called for hitting him. It was like, what?
And then later there was that play where the Rams defender came and hit Jameis below the knee, and they didn't call that.
It was the next series, the very next play by Jameis, that the Rams defender hit him below the knee, which, with quarterbacks, it's ridiculous, all the stuff they've got. I mean, you can't hit them above the waist. You can't hit them below the waist. And if you hit them in the waist, you're probably going to land on them, and that's a penalty. You can't, hit them in the head with your hand as you're swiping the ball. You can't even graze their helmet. And it's hard. But this guy goes and hits Jameis below the knees. No penalty. There was so many of those. There was even, in the stadium, they were playing music and loud noise right up until the ball was snapped, or right up before they lined up. You're not supposed to do that.
Yeah, it was loud, too.
Yeah, it was real loud. Not the crowd itself. I mean, the crowd itself was. It definitely got that away because this was a fun game to watch.
Yeah.
Even these biased, dumbass announcers were saying it was a fun game to watch.
Last week was, too, I thought.
Oh, yeah. Hey, the Buccaneers are accomplishing the number one task in this sport, being entertaining. I mean, this is how the Super Bowl Bucs started off, man. In the 90s, man, they were just fun to watch, especially that defense, shutdown defense, like what we had tonight. People are going to be bitching about the 500-plus yards that Jared Goff got, or that the Rams got, but it was just the Buccaneers defense scoring, or the offense and the defense scoring, and then going, hey, come on down the field. Come on, we're just burning time off the clock. And then it's boom, stop right here. But the announcers, they couldn't say a single positive thing about the Bucs and nothing negative about the Rams. They would, if they said anything positive about the Bucs, they backhanded it right away.
Yeah, they were all backhanded compliments. Like, oh, the Bucs aren't playing as bad as we thought they were going to.
Or this is surprising to everybody. Yeah. That was my favorite one. This is a back and forth game, they kept saying. But the Rams never held the lead, not once. We
so how can you say it's a back and forth game? Like, we got a head start on the touchdowns, and then it was a back and forth game.
Yeah, then we just bled them dry from there. How about Matt Gay, 50-yard field goal?
58.
58-yarder, that's right.
Just nailed it. Totally made up for anything.
No, that was the Rams I was thinking. 58-yarder by him.
No, Gay did too.
And then Gay got to go.
Yeah. Yeah, so totally redeemed. He missed that last extra point, but then there was a Rams penalty, so he got to re-kick it, and he made it. So that's how you need to end the game.
We held the lead. We've held the time of possession in every game we played in. We held the lead most of the way through the Carolina game, most of the way through the Giants game, and all the way through this one. I mean, if you factor in the time of possessions and the amount of time we've had the lead, it's off the charts, man. I mean, we're beating guys by like 3-4 minutes in time of possession. And then, we're having the lead like 90% of the games, 90% of the time during the games. I was so mad at the refs during against this game, though. I mean, they just kept calling the stupidest stuff. And then they'd show it on replay when they did show the replay. And you'd be like, what? Are you serious? That call on Nacho when they kicked a field goal and they called him for, I don't know, touching the center, the long snapper.
Yeah, that was such a weird one. I haven't heard that one called. You rarely hear it.
We've had it called on us 2 times already.
Good Lord.
Yeah. And they gave them a series of first downs, but then we almost backed them up to originally where they were. That was great. The penalties against when Ronald Jones had 2 big runs called back. One was a 50-plus yard run.
I know. We only ended up with like 55 yards rushing at the end of the. Oh no, it was like 88 yards rushing.
Oh, but we ran on them at will.
Yeah,
we did everything on them at will.
But Rojo, I think, would have had it would have shown up better.
Oh yeah, his stats would have been nice.
He did have 70 yards and a touchdown, but he had 2 like 40-plus yarders.
What was his yards per carry? 3.7 yards per carry. Long of a 24. But he had the 2 big touchdowns called back on stupid penalties. I didn't see them when they replayed them, but we'll see on the game film.
Oh, can we talk about that Donovan Smith hit? If you needed any evidence that Bruce Arians has changed that culture, look at that pick 6 that Jameis threw. And he nails that guy at the end zone in the red.
Yeah, he'll probably get fined for that.
Yeah, definitely. It was nailed great. That guy.
I mean, he did not want that guy to get in the end zone, and he just threw his whole body.
Yeah, he punished that guy for that touchdown.
That was like a 300-plus pound missile.
Like, I'm not even mad about the turnover just because of that hit.
Yeah, and because we won.
Yeah. That's true.
If we would have lost, I would have been mad about the turnover.
We probably would have pointed to that.
Did you notice that a lot of the players had mustaches?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's from the Gardner Minshew.
You think that's it?
I think that's it, man. It's been like a trend. I'm seeing it like pop up everywhere. But Jameis Winston had one. I think Vita Vea had one. Kappa had one. I think Jensen had one.
Oh, Bo Allen. He's had one like all summer.
Maybe they're copying Bo.
Maybe.
It was funny, though. Seeing Jensen with it, I'm like, you a young buck.
Jensen is?
No, Jameis Winston.
Oh, James Winston. He's a man. He's like a dad.
He's like 20.
He probably wears sweaters and stuff.
He just got his driver's license.
A whippersnapper.
That's right. Matt Gay had that 58-yard field goal in the third quarter, 4:38, somewhere around there. And then right after that, Barrett had that beautiful interception. Let's talk about Shaq Barrett. Oh, my God. He tied the record. Tied the record for most sacks in 4 games, most sacks. At 9. I'll get it out. He's got 9 sacks. That's a record for some crap.
Yeah.
And then he had that interception. That was a beautiful interception. He tipped it.
To himself.
That was awesome. And he was beating everybody all night long. He beat the left guard. He beat the right guard. He beat the left tackle. Beat the right tackle. Discount Ryan Gosling couldn't throw the ball for more. I mean, he couldn't hold that ball. You saw how fast he was getting rid of it?
Yeah, he was getting out really fast.
I think he had 2 passes that were almost 3 seconds.
Yeah.
Where he was able to stay in that pocket for almost 3 seconds. A couple times I thought Vita Vea was going to kill him. Vita Vea came loose on a stunt one time, it was just straight on right to go. Goff just chunked it. He was like, he Scott mailed that thing. I'm getting rid of this. I ain't got it, Vita. I ain't got it. I swear.
How about Chris Godwin?
Oh, he was killing it. What do you have, 13 pass catches?
Pass catches?
12
pass catches.
He had 12 pass catches. That's a good number for pass catches. If you're not familiar with pass catches. 172 yards, 14.3 average. Oh, 2 touchdowns. He only didn't get 2 balls. He was targeted 14 times. 14 times. Holy moly.
Now, Mike Evans did leave the field at one point,
yeah,
and
that
I
was
think
scary.
got his hand taped up or something.
That was scary. Yeah, we'll talk about some scary injuries here in a minute, but let's stay in a happy mood. Evans had 7 targets, 4 catches, 89 yards, a 22.3 yards a catch average. He's good at that pass catching.
Yeah.
Cameron Brate, O.J. Howard both showed up. 3 receptions apiece. 33 yards for Howard, 36 for Brate, 1 touchdown for Brate. It's good to see him involved again.
Yeah. He used to be Jameis's go-to in the end zone, and they haven't gotten that going this season. But you did say this was a coming out party.
Yeah. Yep. We're contenders, man. We came out, showed the world. Those announcers kept saying, this is a really surprising game.
And I like the play calling in the second half because last week they were criticized when we got the lead because they said after we got the lead, we went to a really conservative play calling. Well, this week they did not let off the throttle. So it's like every week they're criticized for something and the next week and they just come back and it's a total 180.
Yeah, I wonder what all the detractors are going to have to say. There's nothing to complain about. Here's what everybody's going to complain about, though, our secondary.
Yeah.
And that's not right. It's not right because we ran a defense that allowed them to slowly move down the field, drain time off the clock because we had such large leads the whole damn game. The closest they ever got to us was 8 points. And that was briefly.
And they had already missed a 2-point conversion from earlier in the game, so it's not like they had any momentum there.
Did you see that penalty in the fourth quarter? With 1 minute, 18 seconds left, Nassib got flagged. That gave them a first down, and it was the right guard
Who moved.
that moved. It was just, that's how it was this whole game. Those refs are just bad, man. We need to start following the ref crews that we get.
Yeah, that's what BA does. He puts out a report every week
Well,
to the players.
they didn't get it this week. Those refs were just all over the place.
Well, how can you even game plan for that?
I know.
Like, what can you even do?
And we get way too many games that are lost because of refs. We have for years. Then again, I guess most teams probably do. There's probably 2 games a year that are lost because of refs for every team.
Probably, because we don't get the same ref crew every week.
We get the crap ref crews because
Every
we're
week.
the bottom tier football team.
Yeah.
You know what? We want better ref crews. You know what you do? You get a large fan base that demands more TV coverage, and then they put the good ref crews on you.
Yeah, like New
We're-
England and
yeah.
Dallas, they don't get the garbage refs.
1999, 2000, New England had the crappiest ref crews on the planet. They were getting no TV coverage. But then they just, boom, came on the market. Now they get the best ref crews. They get the best TV coverage. You want to change that? The only way to change that is through mass proliferation of the fan base. Demand it. Don't give us this crap ref crews. But hey, thumbs up to the fans that showed up at LA Coliseum today.
That's awesome. Went across the country.
Lots of red in that stadium. Loved it. One of my favorite things about this game, the Domicong Sue broke the Buccaneers scoring record. Oh my God. The Domicong Sue scooped the ball up, ran it over a touchdown, shoved Goff down as he was running by him too. I love that. Just grabbed him, just threw him right to the ground. Stay down. Scooped that thing up and scored. Broke the record for the Buccaneers scoring. That's amazing.
Ring of Honor.
Finally, a number 93 that pulls through. And that was like at a time in the game where we really needed something like that. Just to shut him up, smack him in the mouth.
End it.
And he did it at his old teams.
Yeah,
the Rams.
that was a big deal, I thought.
It was a very big deal. They played well. The whole team played well. And then Gabe missed the extra point right after that. They got a flag on the defense, so we got to kick it again, and he made it.
And he made it.
I was like, yeah.
That's how he's got to end. You got to end the game.
You got to end the game on Matt Gay kicking a point.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's cured.
And that 58-yarder. It's
God,
like,
how many kicks did he kick
insane.
tonight? Just extra points alone was a lot.
Yeah.
He got a workout tonight.
All right, let's talk about Jameis Winston. Looked good. What do you think about that interception? I think probably not the best. I don't think you could see it on the broadcast to really tell what happened. I think you need to look at that one on the All-22.
Jameis Winston is playing much more calmer since week 1. He's making better decisions, but he's still leaving shit on the field.
Yeah, occasionally the old Jameis is coming through.
Yeah, he had no happy feet tonight that I saw.
No. So I don't know about that pass.
Yeah, he made a couple decisions you were like,
Not the best.
Not the best there, buddy. But overall, he played well. That bomb to Mike Evans was just beautiful.
Yeah.
That the whole play, the setup, the way they were expecting run, and we just, hey, guess what, guys? We are in scoring position now. Thank you very much.
So
Donovan Smith played well.
That hit.
That hit made the whole game.
I know.
He could have given 6 sacks tonight.
I know.
That hit would have been like, yeah, okay. That's playing hard. He's playing hard. People might not agree with the hit, helmet to helmet, all that, but it wasn't. I don't think he was targeting the guy's helmet. He was just throwing himself.
I'm just happy he wasn't standing back on the 20-yard line
Watching.
where Jameis coughed it up.
Yeah, that's normally what he would have been doing.
Exactly.
Brian Jensen out there, very first play he was fighting with somebody. Loved it. And then he got that holding penalty, and he got up in the ref's face. He was pointing at him.
Yeah, he was cussing that ref up and down, and then the penalty got called on the defense.
Right, yeah, it was a defensive guy, and Jensen was mad at the refs for not calling it, and then somebody else threw the flag. He didn't see that, I guess.
Yeah.
He was mad, though. Jensen's getting angry out there on the field.
The offensive line could be the meanest division on the team.
Aaron Donald didn't do shit tonight.
No.
One play. Maybe more than one. But one's like where you went, oh, that was nice.
He had 4 tackles, 1 solo, 1 TFL.
We shut Aaron Donald down. We shut Gurley down. Gurley had, this is embarrassing for Gurley. He had 54 yards.
That was receiving.
He had 16 yards rushing. They had 28 yards rushing total. We have shut down Gurley, Barkley, McCaffrey. I'm not talking about like we did pretty good stopping them. We shut them down.
Best running backs in the league. And then we get to go see Alvin Kamara next week.
Next week is going to be so much fun. Next week is where we take the division and we make a statement. Especially Dallas is a tough team, man. They are physical. New Orleans is going to come away from this game hurt tonight. They're going to come limping in, or we're going to go into their stadium. They're going to be limping. So we had some bad news tonight. A couple of injuries right at the very last of the game. Carlton Davis got hurt. He walked off the field on his own. But Jack Cichy had a really bad arm break. He's out for the season, no doubt about that.
His elbow was like the wrong direction.
It was his forearm snapped in half. And it was just flopping around.
Bad. He had to hold up his arm as he was walking off.
But I give him this, and I've always liked Jack Cichy. He got up and walked off the field on his own, and he was angry. He wasn't in pain. Well, I'm sure he was in pain, but he was angry, and he was just holding his arm. And if you saw his arm, I mean, it was flopping. I mean, that was a bad thing. But he seemed like a tough dude, man. He was just like, oh, gosh, darn it. Just like gritting his teeth as he's walking off the field and back into the locker room. So you got to give him props for that. But I don't want to end it on a bad note. We're going to talk real quick about New Orleans Saints. Now, they're going to play Dallas Cowboys tonight. They're playing them right now. Dallas just scored a field goal on them. Dallas is a tough physical team. Their offensive line, they're a run-oriented team. Dak Prescott throws some mean passes. Their defense is old school, tackling first, scheme second. And they're probably going to put a little bit of a hurting on New Orleans. So I think they're going to come in. New Orleans is a good team. I hate to say it. It always makes me want to throw up in my mouth. They're a good team, even without Drew Brees. Without Drew Brees, they're behind us in my rankings. With Drew Brees, they're ahead of us, but only by a little bit. And they're only behind us by a little bit, too. Teddy Bridgewater's a good quarterback, and he knows his system. He's playing well in it. And then they got Taysom Hill right behind him. So, the quarterback situation in New Orleans is really good for them. For us, not so much. But they're going to be banged up a little bit. We're coming off an extremely good high. I'm pretty sure we're going to win. We're going to the Dome.
We're the more physical team, for
We
sure.
are, yes, and they're going to be limping. They're going to get 2 smash-mouth football teams in a row. I think we're going to get the better of that. And generally, right now, like I said, I think we are the better team. It'll probably be back and forth, but a real back and forth, not like the announcers tried to say this game was back and forth. This game was not a back and forth. We dominated this game from the kickoff to the whistle. There was not a point in that game where they didn't depend on a prayer to get them to our level. They were within 8 points at one time, and it was very briefly, and it would have taken a miracle for them to get those 8 points. So we're going into New Orleans. We are a contender. We're a good football team. We don't have any weaknesses. People are going to say our secondary is a weakness. It's not. It's the way this defense is designed, and it played to perfection tonight. It would have played to perfection last week if our kicker would have made 6 inches to the left. That was the difference. But we dominated last week. We dominated this week. I would say we dominated Carolina.
And it was good, entertaining football.
Very good. That was so entertaining. Every play was a show. Reminds me of old Buccaneers, man. I don't want to say that, and I said it in my video about Jordan Whitehead. I referenced him. I said he reminds me of John Lynch, and then I pulled it back real quick, and I said I'm not putting him on that level yet, but he reminds me of John Lynch. This defense reminds me of the old defense. Our offense is really good. This team can go far, man. We're going to the playoffs. I said 10-6. You said 10-6.
I think that's the floor.
Well, we're behind the 8 ball right now. We're down 2. So we've only got 4 left losses we can lose now. But we just beat the Rams, NFC Championship. Nobody thought we were going to win this. The Vegas odds were off the charts for the Rams. On the pick'ems, 2% of people predicted the Buccaneers were going to win. 98% of people on the planet predicted that the Rams were going to win this game. So, we beat a good team at their house in a convincing fashion. People say we're no good because they haven't been paying attention to the football. They've been watching the stats maybe, or the talking heads.
The numbers, the win-losses, who you lose to.
Well, we're a contender, baby. We're a contender.
I just feel very proud of the team. They won very convincingly.
Yeah, what the Buck. If you don't know who he is, old school podcaster. He used to do YouTube videos from training camp, which was really good. He was the only one that I knew that did videos from training camp. It was great. And he said tonight, and he's been really down on the Bucs for years. Matter of fact, he got to the point where he was about to give up all of it. Just supporting them. He was like, it's just not worth my time, my effort. And he said tonight, tweeted out that
he felt proud of this team.
That's right. And that's true. Now, I was proud of them last week.
Yeah, me too.
I thought they played great. That one guy missed a kick, a foot. Other than that, man, we beat the mess out of the Giants.
For so long, part of the identity of the fan base has been kind of self-deprecating that you're a Bucs fan. Like the paper bags over the head or like the MRSA thing when all that was going on. You get a lot of the fans that
they're quick to jump on.
Yeah, kind of make it a
negative
joke how bad the Bucs suck and their fans anyway.
It's like the Matt Gay missing the kick. Everybody's like, "Oh, it's a kicker curse," and all that. I knew it was going to happen. They said, it's like, well, have you ever thought that maybe your negativity and all the announcers' negativity and the whole nation's negativity affects the team just a little bit? Maybe say a foot going right on a field goal.
Right. Oh, another thing about tonight. This was sad news also. Jason Light's father passed away suddenly.
Man, I meant to start the podcast off with that.
So I wonder if that's the team wanted to win for him.
The team wanted to win for the media talking crap about Bruce Arians. This team likes Bruce Arians. They believe in him. If you don't think this team is bought in, watch Donovan Smith. This is Donovan Smith we're talking about. Sacrifice his body, throwing it, trying to stop a pick six.
And nailing him with that mean hit. I've never seen Donovan Smith that mean.
And it almost did it, too. I thought he was going to knock that ball loose at least.
I want you to make that the thumbnail of the video, is Donovan Smith laying out for that tackle.
Good stuff, man. If you don't think that they've bought in, just watch that and then watch the past many of years of Donovan Smith, and you'll see that this is a changed football team. If you can get Donovan Smith to do that, it's like training a cat to walk on a leash.
That's the best analogy I've ever heard.
And it's across the board. Everybody's trying to make plays. Everybody. Minter, Whitehead, Sue, Vea, Barrett, Nassib. Look, I'm saying these names, and everybody out there listening to this is going, that's a good player. Ooh, that's a good player. Ooh, that's a good player.
He's playing good.
Yes.
He's showing up.
You know, you could just go across the board and just start naming everybody off. There's no weakness on this team. None. And there's a lot of really good strengths. Our defensive line, best in the NFL, if you ask me. I'll say I'm biased, but you take my bias away, top 5.
That's true.
Yeah.
The Rams they were doing a lot of the hard counts to try to get our guys offside.
They were doing everything to avoid this defensive line.
Yeah, to throw the defensive line off, which is an interesting strategy.
It was pretty good. It didn't work, though, because we went up 21-zip real quick.
They were too simple.
As Bruce Arians said. I can't believe he called Sean McVay simple.
He did.
In a roundabout way.
Multiple times in his press conference.
In a roundabout way. That was some psychological mess right there.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, my gosh.
We're watching the Saints-Dallas game.
And Teddy Bridgewater just got nailed by Dallas.
Yeah, Dallas is just beating the mess out of them. That's what I'm saying. That's what I want to see. Let Dallas beat Dallas.
And then New Orleans got flagged for a hold.
Oh, man. Top of the world right now. This is good feelings, man. This is like winning the lottery for a whole year straight.
Yeah. This will be a good week. I could ride this till like Saturday. Then I'll get nervous for next week.
Next week's going to be good. You had so much confidence in this defense in the second half. You were just like, yeah, just let the Rams get the ball. We don't care.
Yeah.
You're like,
because
you were enjoying the defense on the field.
Yeah, but their offense just wasn't doing anything.
They couldn't do anything.
Couldn't do anything.
They couldn't run the ball.
They could, get a 17-yard pass or...
But that was towards the end of the game when we were like, we were bleeding clock, man. We were letting them move down the field.
And Jared Goff just did not look... He looked off. Let's say that.
His hair gel was misplaced before the game.
They are so Hollywood looking. You got discount Ryan Gosling. You got Sean McVay, who is like the second prettiest coach in the NFL.
Who's the prettiest?
Behind Matt LaFleur.
That guy is a supermodel.
He is like a supermodel.
He's a GQ. Do they even have dudes in GQ anymore? I don't know.
I don't know.
But they're not even, I don't even think they're coaches. I think they're just front men. But have you seen McVay's wife or girlfriend? Yeah, that's right. We looked at it before.
They're engaged. Yeah. I think. Or married.
Yeah. They're like the perfect Instagram couple.
Yeah.
It's like, this is not right. There's something wrong.
He could probably live off of Instagram money after he gets fired from the Rams. Like, they could just be a personality. You know who else does that is Eric Decker and his wife.
Oh, I've never seen him.
Yeah.
He's a little short dude, ain't he?
Yeah, she's really small, too.
Oh, okay.
She makes him look normal size.
Okay. I say short, but for football players, he's probably my size.
Probably smaller.
Yeah, they're totally Hollywood, man. That team is so Hollywood.
It's made for LA.
And they went up against the Southern Country Boys. They just whooped their butts.
Jameis Winston. Oh, bumpkin.
Kevin Minter. Devin Smith. I mean, they're all country boys. Devin White.
He didn't play.
Yeah, but he's on the sideline playing, I'm going to ride my horse to the old time road.
I didn't know you were going to be singing today.
Yeah, a win makes me do weird stuff. That was a good game, man. We're a good team. Don't doubt us anymore this year.
You and I both under-predicted.
I know.
By like a lot. And I thought yours was really generous. It's like, there's no way.
You're like 32 points. Come on.
That's crazy.
I said 32-17. You said 28-23. Yours was almost doubled.
Yeah, you're right.
It was what, 55-40?
Yes.
And yours doubled would have been 56-46.
I'd say I won
54. Wait, 8, 16. Yeah, there's math in there. 56-46. Yeah, if we went by disparity, you lost. No, you won.
I was right 1 week.
Oh, that's right.
I'm 1-3 now.
Yeah.
For guesses.
If you would have just picked the Bucs every week, you'd be 2-2.
I know. Like what you did.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Vea played well. Stat-wise, it might not have showed up. Let's see what he's got for stats. Gosh, man, just take this win, guys, and ride it
all week.
All week.
We got this. 1 tackle. He had 1 tackle and 2 quarterback hits.
Yeah, see, that's why stats don't mean nothing. Vea was all up in Gosling's face, man. Knock off Gosling. Cheap Gosling. Discount. MJ Stewart led the team with 9 tackles, 8 solo. That's amazing. 1 pass defense. Eric Weddle on their team, he's the only one that did anything. He's like Luke Kuechly against the Carolina Panthers. He had 15 tackles with 10 of them solo. I say that, but John Johnson had 11 tackles, 6 solo. But a lot fell on Eric Weddle.
And he was on the sideline in the first quarter, I think, trying to give them a pep talk. He's the only one that it worked for, I guess.
He pepped himself up.
He did.
Everybody else is like, these guys are hitting hard. This ain't fun.
Eventually, he was just like, man, I guess I'm going to have to do it myself then.
Yeah, if you want something done right. So, all right, right now the game is New Orleans 3, Dallas 3. It's the second quarter, just started. I am saying Dallas is going to win this game. It's going to be a tough bout, especially for the Saints. Dallas is a bit more physical than they are. Going to beat them up, get them ready for us next week, and we're going to go into the Dome, take this division because it's ours rightfully anyhow. So Wednesday we're going to have the coaches film. I'm excited about looking at that.
Is it more fun when we win?
No, it's actually more fun when we lose.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it really is because you try to analyze why you lost.
Yeah.
See who you look for blame.
Right.
In this one, when you win,
you don't want to look for bad stuff.
Yeah, there's nobody to blame. When you win, you can't blame anybody. So it's not as fun. You like blaming people for stuff.
I guess.
But I don't like losing. So
you just have to suffer through.
I just have to. I do. I sit there and I watch it with a smile on my face all the time. It's like 6-hour smile. I look like the Joker by the end of the day.
Your face is sore.
All right, so we're going to have that out Wednesday, and then Friday we're going to do the preview.
For the Saints game.
It's
going to be a fun one.
Take that division title. If they win tonight, they're going to be 3-1. We can't catch them. But if we beat them next week, if they win tonight, we beat them next week, we take the division. If they lose tonight, we take the division tonight.
Yes.
Right? Yeah, we'll be 2-2. We've got the division win. We're the only team in the division with a division win. So we would have the division. Then we go there next week and get a game up on them. So that's the preferable scenario. We want Dallas to lose tonight, but everybody listening to this podcast already knows what happens.
No, we want Dallas to win tonight.
Yeah, Dallas to win tonight. All right, that's going to wrap it up for us. Till next time.
Go Bucs.
Go Bucs.